Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy and thrilled and fortunate and lucky that all of you are asking me when is the next video going to be, and I love that. I honestly love it because the purpose of these videos is happiness, and I think everyone wants to be happy, but it's knowing the way of how to be happier, and that's my purpose anyway. To try and make people happy and to give you tools that you can use to improve your life, to see me if it's going to help you stay motivated and stuff like that. So I'm really thankful, and that's the first thing that I want to say. And thank you for every like, every comment, every subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I love that we're all together trying to make this world a better place. I know it's a cliche saying it, but it's true, and thank you. So today's video is going to be related to this quote that I've read, and it's been in my head now for ages, and I have to make a video about this because I honestly don't make videos in the sake of making videos, but when I have the time, when I'm inspired, when there is something I really want to talk about, I do it. And I actually have a list of topics that have gone through my head, and I'm like, okay, write it down, because I realized some things I forget, and then I'm like, yeah, I wanted to do this. So I'm making lists. It's so wonderful now when I have so many topics, and there are gonna be more videos, so don't worry about it. It's just priorities at the moment. We were on holiday for 3 weeks. You've seen 2 videos were from that holiday, and there were some private things, never mind, but don't worry, they're gonna be out. So today's video, like I said, it's about this quote that I've read, and it goes like, if you can't be with me when I'm on my high, I'll go down with you when you're on your low, something like that. And I think you've all read something similar to it, and maybe I'll try and find that quote and put it in for the headlines for this video, because if anything, this is what I want you to get from this video. You can't be ill enough to help ill person, or be sick enough to help sick person, and always have that in your head when you're trying to help someone out. Because if someone, it applies to anything. If the person is sad, if the person, you name it, but let's say the person is ill, how are you going to help that person by you being ill? If you are helping that person by you becoming ill, it's not a healthy relationship. I'm sorry. Really funny when you say it, but honestly it's not. So you only end up with 2 ill persons. That's pretty much it. So don't drag yourself down thinking that you're gonna help someone, because again, if you are helping someone by dragging yourself down, it's really not healthy. And second of all, how is that better for you and that person? Try to put yourself in that other people's shoes. So let's say you're ill, and that other person, or sad, wants to be sad because you're sad. Would you love that person to be sad if you love that person, if you really wish them all the best in the world? I know I wouldn't. So it's one thing to discuss about it. It's one thing if you're trying to find a solution for it, if you're that person, or if you're trying to help other person by, if that person wants to listen and try to find a solution. But if that person only wants to complain, I suggest move aside for a little bit until that person maybe gets better. Because there are so many people that are out there that just want to complain, and then when you give them maybe a direction which they can go to, it's like they don't hear you, they don't listen to you, and they keep saying it. Oh, I want an answer, and then when you tell them the answer, they're like, yeah, but. And I've realized, I've actually listened about this, and it's really a bit, I can't say hard, but it's really amazing what a habit can do. I've listened to this interview, I've watched it actually on YouTube, and this guy said that everything you said before but for you doesn't count. So let's say, I don't know, that chair is beautiful, but I don't like the design, whatever. You don't like that chair anymore. I don't know if this makes any sense, but when I heard that, it is true. And I am trying to cut my butt out of day-to-day language. I don't know if this is helpful or not, but I'm putting everything that's in my head at the moment. I love this. And again, if you've seen any of my other videos, it's gonna be like this. I don't cut anything, I don't edit anything. I want to share everything that's here in this moment, period. Who likes it, who don't. What can I say? Well, who doesn't? Anyway, that is the main thing for me. I learned this, can't say I learned this the hard way, but it never actually made sense for me to be down when someone else is down. And some people have actually called me cold, selfish. I don't know what the words were, but usually it was cold, because if some person is sad and I don't want to be, oh, poor you, and something like that, they're like, how can you be so cold? Well, I'm not happy because you're sad, but I can't do anything about it. If I can, let me know, but not in a way that I'm gonna go down, because that's not gonna help anyone. And when you learn more about vibration and how you create things, because all of us are creators, and whether you're gonna blame it on someone else because your life isn't the way you designed it, because you did design it, consciously or not, subconsciously, but, or not, my terminology is not good today, but we create every single second. And even for me, it's a bit, I'm still in the learning process, but I realize these things. And I realize that, okay, I can't let someone put me down. Or this is another thing I've read, and I don't know why it's been popping up for the last few days, maybe so I can make this video. Oh my God, that person is sucking the energy out of me. Even though I've used this term, so, we're all, don't think you're any different. We are all different, but in that sense, because we are surrounded by society and they tell us you have to do it like that, you have to do it like that. And I've used this term for a couple of, people in my life that, oh my God, they suck the energy out of me. But first of all, no one can do that unless you allow them. Second of all, it's you who do that to yourself. And I know this is a hard thing to hear, but it is true, and I've experienced it, and I know that you can prevent that. First of all, what are you doing in that circle with people that if they're sucking your energy up? Another thing, you're not being a good person if you're suffering in someone's company. And I've tried this explaining to this particular person, because she had this neighbor coming, and she's like, I was just about to get out of the door, and I had places where to go and who to meet, and my neighbor shows up, and she's like, oh well, I had to let her in, and then she sat around, and can't believe, why did she come? And I'm like, why didn't you say you had to go out, that you had other things to do? And she's like, well, she came to my door. And I'm like, yeah, well, you live in the same building. It's not like she went miles. I mean, even if she has, but just say, listen, I'm busy. I was just about to walk out the door. And because I'm not, usually if I would tell people, tell them that you don't want to hang out with them, they're like, well, you're being cruel. Well, you don't have to tell them that, but tell them you're busy, even if you're not. But why would you let yourself be in someone's company that you don't like, then you pretend that you do, and then that's an hour of your time, or 2 or 3 or 15 minutes, it doesn't matter, you are, in a sense, a liar. Because you're lying to that person that you like that person. I'm not like that. I'm honestly not like that. And people know me. I don't have many friends. I don't have, 50,000 people that I meet every single day. And if I like you, I like you. And I'm going to spend time with you and I'm going to let you know. But I'm not going to be faking. I'm so not going to be faking. And I don't think everyone should be with everyone. It's like we don't like same things. Not all of us wants BMW, or not all of us wants a Mercedes, or not all of us wants to live on the beach or to live on the mountains. Everyone wants different things. And it's same with people. You don't want to hang out with everyone. And you shouldn't. You should value yourself. You should, treat yourself good. Because if you don't treat yourself good, who else is gonna, you hear so many stories. Oh, he or she was such a good person, and look what's happened to him or her. They always would put everyone else first, and they would put themselves last, and now they're ill, or they suddenly died, or something has happened to them. Can't you, connect the dots? Because if you put yourself last, that's the message that you send to yourself and what your life is going to be. And it's not a happy life. Period. It's not a happy life. And let's say for this, I know I'm a parent. And a lot of parents sacrifice a lot of things for their kids, and so many of things are fine. But if you don't find 5, 10, 15 minutes of your time for yourself, doesn't matter what that is, if you constantly sacrifice everything, if you neglect yourself, if you put yourself last, what message do you send to the kids? Because kids imitate, they don't listen. And I think anyone who's a parent knows this. My daughter is still a baby, but I know this, I've seen this from other kids. Kids don't listen, they imitate the surroundings, especially their parents. So I don't want to put an example to my daughter. You have to sacrifice everything, you have to give up on everything for the people that you love, you have to put yourself last, because everything that I do, she's going to be doing. And you should maybe try with that. Honestly, try that. Put yourself in other people's shoes. If you were your son, your daughter, if tomorrow, well, actually, I have to tell you this, your kids are going to become you. Whoever is parenting, the mix of both parents, whoever is around them, doesn't have, but they are going to become you. And if you don't want your kids or kid to your child to become like you, then you have to change something. And that's been my motivation for myself, and to push more and to push harder, to work on myself. It is my daughter, and I have to confess that, because I know that she can do so much more, and I know that she can achieve anything that she wants in this world. But if I am pushing myself down, if I'm putting myself last, she's gonna do the same thing, and that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And I think you should have the same state of mind. Okay, if the person that I love, doesn't matter who that is gonna turn into me, would I be happy with that or not? And that's where you'll find your answers. What you need to work on. Where have you been we're always on the right path, but what can you do for yourself to be better, to be an example? Because that's what we are. We're setting examples here, whether we realize it or not, for the people that we love. And I want to set the right example for my daughter. I don't want her to think that she can't achieve something, because I do believe that she can do whatever she wants, whatever she likes, that she can have a happy life. But in order for her to do that, I should have a happy life. And I'm not going to lower myself down for anyone. It's not what we came here to do. We didn't come here in this physical world to suffer. which is, why should we suffer? And one day when we die, and we will, we'll move from this physical form to non-physical, we'll only be thinking about the good things, about happy things, the risks that we take. And you don't, when you know that, when you're aware of that, you don't want even 5 minutes of being sad, because that's 5 minutes that I could just be happy and enjoying. And honestly, be happy, work on yourself, whatever that may be. You don't have to do something huge, just one thing that is going to be different from your everyday life, that it's going to be improving your life or making you happier. It's worth it, and pat yourself on your back for doing it, because we all think we have to do these major things and then pat ourselves on the back. Do it for the small things, do it for every little single thing that you do. Even if you watch a motivational video, it's already better than you watching the news or something else and being miserable. So, I love you. Thank you all. Subscribe, comment. See you soon. Mwah! Bye.